I am.
What is the Women's Caucus?
The Women's Caucus was founded by Sharon Motley some years ago. It is a space where women who love women can meet and talk about any issue that they're having, because there isn't such a space in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's a safe space for women to come and discuss issues that they're having or not having, or just to breathe, take a breath, and be themselves. Because we have so much to deal with, and nobody really thinks about that being a woman.
When you talk about the awareness of a safe space for women of the LGBTQI community, what are some of the challenges that you face, unique challenges that women face in particular?
Well, some of the challenges that women have is that some women have problems finding apartments because they look different, or they may go with their partner, and you have questions like, so is that your sister, or who is that? And then you have situations where women will go to, women who love women also have problems, domestic problems. And if you go to make a report, you'd have a problem where the officers actually throwing words at you, and you have issues like this.
Really?
Yes, we also have issues like this. I can't divulge too much because we have a rule at the meetings, whatever happens there stays there. But we're dealing with a lot of issues, and we're trying to move forward and see how best we can help these women find places to stay, find best way of dealing with discrimination and all of that.
When we talk about discrimination in the LGBTQI community, Rudy, I know last year we celebrated Pride Month, of which you look at not just the general issues, but also moving the agenda forward. What are some of the takeaways from last month's activities that you know will tell you that we made some progress?
So definitely attendance by younger people and older people. So we're talking about the two ends of the spectrum, because you have to realize that the millennial generation, for the most part, has been a little bit more empowered than the younger and the older side. And to see people who finally, in their 50s and 60s, feel empowered enough to stand and experience their true identity tells us that we're making progress. On top of that, to have over 50 stakeholders come on board with Pride, as a matter of fact, Eva mentioned the police service. We're meeting with the police commissioner this week, and to be able to have these conversations in a different time and a space shows that people are more attuned with what the challenges are and how they can help us solve those problems.
Do you think we're having meaningful dialogue, or is it simply surface conversations to tick a box to think that we are a tolerant society?
It was at one time to tick a box, but for example, with the launch of some of the activities during Trinidad and Tobago's Pride Month, like our arts exhibit and last night's launch of the film festival, which is the first of its kind in the Caribbean, we are pushing that discussion deeper. We are bringing allies on board and ensuring that we don't just tick those boxes, that we go beyond the surface, as Eva is saying, and really move that scab away and deal with the wounds that have been inflicted on the LGBTQI society. So I think we are getting down to the nitty-gritty, and we have some painful moments still to come, but we are making progress.
Now, I know that we're talking about the film festival, which a lot of people would be a little taken aback by. So let's talk a little bit about this. Is this the first time you're having this?
This is the very first inaugural LGBTQI film festival, and we're proud to be partnering with persons like the UE Film Program, Movie Town, the Canadian High Commission, the UK High Commission, Silver Lining Foundation, the Pride UE Group, which is UE's very own Pride group, and it launched last night at Movie Town with a screening of 3 short films, which were produced by Trinidadian directors, as well as a Canadian film entitled Crazy. And it continues for the rest of the week, 7 nights of queer cinema. From tonight actually, we're at the Art Society, and Peter Shepard and they have organized a screening of Tom of Finland. There's still a few seats available, so come on down. And then from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll be at UE Film Program, and the entire schedule is on at PrideTT.com. But what this is about is really seeing ourselves on the theatre.
That's what I was going to ask. A lot of people will ask, why have this film festival? Film, it's art, it's life, it's comedy, it's entertainment. Why the need how do you justify an LGBTQI film festival?
Because we're out there. we're everywhere, and film is also a part of who we are. So we're just letting you know that this is where we are.
And are people coming to the festival, Bridget? I'm not just talking about the allies of the LGBTQI community, but are you seeing the conversation, as in we're opening the dialogue with stakeholders that do not necessarily enjoy these conversations? There's still a level of discomfort with them.
So event for event this year, all that were repeated from last year, we've seen an uptick. So we've had more attendance. But we're also seeing attendance, for example, of parents. We're seeing attendance of persons who don't fit into any of our brackets. They're just curious, and they will tell you, you know, I have a friend or family member, and I wanted to come out and support. As a matter of fact, we've been receiving calls, and I want to encourage anybody who wants to support either by volunteering or even becoming a donor, because we keep all the activities, as many as possible, free so that it's accessible. And we still need to raise funds for licenses and security, etc., for the parade on the 28th of July. But yes, people are coming forward. I think Eva, you can bear me out on that.
Yes, people are coming forward. We have people who's been calling and stating that, you know, it's so nice that they didn't know that there are things like this going on in this country, and we wanted to support. And can I call you? Where can we access these events? And we have a lot of phone calls. A lot of people are actually becoming more aware that we are out there.
What is the one film that you look forward to seeing, and that, you know, at the end of it, everybody's so moved that they thought?
All of them.
Really?
All of them.
Was there a story that you related to in particular? You say all of them, people should come look. Was there a story that, you know, a storyline that said, you know?
Well, all these stories relate to every part of the LGBTQI community. So it's good to see all of them, because it resonates with everyone and what everyone has been going through.
In relation to you talk about the safe space for women, you know, women face unique challenges in every single element of their lives. The fact is, you now say that even when you go to make a report on domestic violence, and it is a report of intimate partner violence, and there's a level of discrimination. I know you're having a conversation with the Commissioner of Police. Is domestic violence also prevalent in the LGBTQI community?
Yes, it is, as in any other community.
And how do we then start addressing that? If most of the ads are based on this dynamic of a male-female dynamic, and you look at the stereotypical views, and so how do we change the culture of the conversation?
Well, it starts with a conversation, right? It starts with a conversation, and we're going to have that conversation.
You know, wearing your cause and your pride in an outward manner, your personal journey, to not just be out there, but to champion the cause for other women. How difficult was that? Because it's one thing to battle, but it's another thing to say, you know what, I'm going to go out there and be a forerunner of this.
It is difficult. It's not a was, it is difficult. We still have our challenges. I still have my challenges. I have a supportive family, but this is not about me. This is about everyone else. Because I'm not fighting for me. I walk the streets with my partner. We kiss, we hold hands, we do all of this. But this is not about me. This is about everyone else.
To the people who may not have the support group that you have in your family environment, those that you represent, what do they tell you?
Oh my gosh, they're so happy. They try to get involved. They're scared. You know, they have so much going on, so much feelings that you have people wanting to come out, but then they're not sure, and then you have people who have family issues to deal with because their family, they're not okay with it, and you have things like collective rape, and it's so deep, it goes so deep that, you know, people want to get involved, but they're scared. So we're trying to open up that platform for them.
Are you seeing the members growing of your support group?
Yes, definitely.
It is about a safe space. Really, what are some of the activities that we have for the rest of the year? Because it's not just about Pride Month, but it's about taking the conversation forward.
So for the next 3 weeks, we have all the events on the calendar, and of course the parade on the 20th of July. So everyone's invited. And then we were just talking earlier that this year PrideTT is going to start planning an entire calendar throughout the year, so that it's not just this one period that we're focused on. We are going to be expanding the platform for other NGOs to get back on board, because that's what Pride really does, is it brings resources and networks together so that we can complement the work of NGOs in the society already there. And we want to host a number of other social activities that will continue to encourage people to come out and be part of a community and break down some of those barriers and those fears that they have. So you will be seeing things like workshops. You'll have persons visiting from abroad who are activists themselves and members of Pride in other territories. And we're going to be engaging the media, the police services, protective services, and the government. We want to have a conversation with policymakers that pivots around the contribution that the LGBTQI society makes to Trinidad and Tobago, and in particular the pink dollar, because we pay taxes and we don't want to feel like second-class citizens any longer.
You know, that would have been my question. I remember doing the interview many years ago when you first started being a champion for this cause, and you said to me that we are treated like second-class citizens, and we are citizens like everyone else. Do you think that that is still applicable today, almost 4 years after you started championing this cause?
People who don't have privileges, they don't have letters behind their name or money in their bank account, are still more vulnerable. The trans community in particular, that's why we came together as a community to support them this year in particular. They are still marginalized, and they are, as Ava said, they're still finding problems to have a home, a shelter over their heads. So, yet they pay taxes, they're hard workers, they contribute to society. There's a lot more work to be done. We are grateful and blessed in certain regards that things are progressing, but they're progressing a little too slowly, and we need to move that discussion along so we can all work together as one society and build Trinidad and Tobago.
It is about moving forward. If you have the final word this morning, it is because of the statements that you said where the women of the LGBTQI community face so many challenges, discrimination being one of them. But speak to the young women out there who may be at that very uncertain age in their life.
There is a space for you. It's okay to be proud of who you are and come out. And don't be afraid. We have a space for everyone, and we can be contacted at 7491755 or Women's Caucus TT at yahoo.com. You can send an email, and all our conversations are private. Yeah.
It is a safe space, and it's about having the conversation, but being a little open-minded. Because I don't know, sometimes even when I say the LGBTQI community, I think, well, no one ever really says the East Indian community or the African community, or we don't really identify a title of someone before. And maybe we should just start the conversation with we're all citizens and see each other as equal. And if we take these labels off, we'll see each other as equals, and that's really what we are. We'll take a short break. Thank you very much. When we come back, we'll have more for you. We'll tell you about skincare and